Thanks for having me, Daniel.
No problem.
Thanks for having me over to your home. It's been a good 10 years for me.
Yeah.
In this project, actually. And for you, since 2007, I think.
Yeah, I've been in it a little bit over 17 years.
Yeah. So what was your life like before Enagic?
Actually, we were already doing good. You know, I've been in Newport way before Enagic. You know, unlike a lot of the top leaders there who got their cars and their homes and their stuff, I already had that before that. I got into this project by accident, you know, like a lot of people. Mm-hmm. You know, I had a friend who wanted me to see something. I went there so she would stop bothering me, and just to do her a favor. That's how I got started in this, you know, all by accident.
So how about your background? So what are some things that you've done like over the years and, you know, way before this? Way before this.
Prior to Enagic, I ran a couple of companies. I was chairman and CEO of a company here in Irvine, along with my partner, Dr. Lee. And I was there for about a decade. So prior to that, I was in another company. I ran another company in Newport Beach. I didn't run it. Dr. Cooper ran it. Dr. Lee, I believe, was the vice president there. I still chair the board. So that's what I did. Yeah, you know, and before that one, I've had a lot of experience in both direct sales and network marketing industry.
Yeah.
So,
prior to Enagic.
Prior to Enagic. Yeah, I've had a lot of experience in the industry, you know, so that's why we did well. I'm supposed to do good, right? when I came in, that would have been terrible if I didn't do good with all that experience.
Yeah.
So we did very well in the company and still continuing to do well.
So what was Enagic like when you got started?
When we got started, Enagic was in its infancy.
There was no UConn. There was
no UConn. There was no
K8.
Bonuses.
No bonuses.
No.
Yeah.
You know, today people get a bonus for reaching 6A.
I think we were
I never
talking
got
about
one.
that. Yeah, you never got it.
No, I never got one for reaching 6A2 or 2-2 or 6A2-3. There were no bonuses back then. I made my money on the 8-point plan. You know, and if you work they have a phenomenal marketing plan. So, you know, what got me involved, I had a friend who made a lot of money in the business, right? And I know this story's all over YouTube, but he was a good friend of mine. He made, I think, $300,000 in his first 8 months, which is a lot of money, you know.
Sounds like Romy.
That was Bobby.
Okay.
And you know, that got me intrigued. I wouldn't get involved for $300,000. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a lot of money. I get it. It's a lot of money. But that doesn't interest me. I had a friend in New York that was making 6-figure monthly income. That'll get my attention. I wanted to know what he was doing. Was it legal? You know, that's the first thing I asked him. I said, is this legal? Is it a pyramid? Is it multi-level? You know, nothing wrong against multi-level, but I didn't really want to get involved in one of those. So that's how I got involved. And I had a friend made money in it, and I asked him, you know, what do you do? And he told me what he did. I didn't understand the business, just like most people don't. You know, how can you make that kind of income?
So in terms of network marketing, what are some things that you really look for and see?
The first thing you want to look for is something that's solid. That's above all. See, most people, when they check out a company or they get involved, it's because a friend said, "Hey, I'm making a lot of money," or you can make a lot of money here. It's normally you're motivated by the money. We're not motivated by that.
We know 80% of those are here today,
Yeah.
gone tomorrow. I think
Gone
a lot
tomorrow.
of those companies.
First, number one, you have to look at how long will that project last. And I didn't want to get into something where I put my name in the industry and then it goes down, A lot of people know me in the industry.
So to make sure it was solid, you wanted to make sure it was solid. So
Solid.
What were some things that you did to make sure that the company was solid?
We looked at the owner. Was he buying yachts and and this owner, it was a little bit hard because normally when you check out a public company, very easy. Very easy. You can, it's public records. You can pay your attorney and they'll get all the information. This one was private. So you have to look, when it's private, you always have to look at the corporate management, the board, the owner especially. So we looked at Mr. Oshiro. There was nothing special about him back then, but we knew that, he wasn't after the money. Plus he had experience as one of the top management people in Sony in Japan. So the first thing we looked at was the company, the owner. We checked it out. We had people go to Japan to check it out. And most people won't do that, but we had the buttons to push to do that. So we wanted to make sure that these units weren't being made from the back, garage somewhere of some Japanese house, right? So we found out this was huge. It was an OEM.
Right.
So very rare, extremely rare, because normally when you deal with companies, there's a lot of layers. This was an original equipment manufacturer. This was not a jobber or a retailer or a wholesaler or somebody bringing the product to the United States. No, we were dealing with Toyota. We were dealing with Honda. We were dealing with Nissan.
Yeah.
This was the company itself. So that was huge. Because that never happens in the industry. Never. I don't know of too many companies that manufacture their own products.
So you checked out the CEO.
Yeah.
He was solid.
Company.
You checked out the products.
Yeah, the products was another piece. You got to check out the product.
What I really liked also is the compensation plan.
Yeah, that's next.
I wasn't a big fan of MLM where it's, everything's built on volume.
Yeah.
And then when people leave, your volume goes away and everything. It's like, to me, it's very unsustainable. Yeah. Very hard to sustain.
They have a very unusual product because unlike every other company out there where you have to sell the product, you have to explain the product, you have to water. The byproduct of our product is water, alkaline. So that was, everybody drinks water.
But we still got to do some explaining. We still got to show how the water is unique to others.
Yeah.
How our product is unique from others.
There's all kinds of filters out there. The water that this one produces is a little bit different. There's no, that's the next thing that got me involved. I gave the product to my partner, Dr. Lee, Bob. He was 77 years old back then. What the product did for him and his wife was incredible, right? Okay. And then I gave it to Dr. Wong. He's another partner. He's a cardiologist. Wow, what it did for him, for George. Unbelievable.
That's what I love about this, is introducing the product
and you get instant results.
And that's what gets me up in the morning, is everybody is experiencing something.
Yeah,
it's helping something. It's helping somebody. And they have the same opportunity to do the same for their people, for their network of people.
So you check out the company. You have to check out the product. You have to look at the marketplace. These are the third thing. People don't check this out. We want to know the marketplace. What's the market penetration? Who uses the product? Let me give you an example. With other network and direct sales companies, you have to look for specific consumers for that product. Whatever it is. They have to be young, they have to be old, they have to be skinny, they have to be big, they have to be tall, short, young, old. This product is water. It touches every single person on earth, and it touches other things like pets, other things, okay? So product was incredible. Then the marketing plan. And the best way to find out about the marketing plan is not what your friend tells you. It's not what it's not what these people show you checks. No. Go to a meeting, a big meeting like the convention, and see how many people are making money. See, with most companies, they have 3, 4, 5 people, 10 people making money. When it's 10 people making money, it's the people. They're cool. I mean, they're James Bond. They can do the cha-cha, okay? They're cool. But when there's 1,000 people making money, it can't be the people. There can't be that many cool people. So it's got to be something else. What's the other factor? Here, it was the product and the marketing plan. They were getting paid $300 to $2,000 a sale. And $300 to $2,000 override on an organization they build. That's where the money is. That's what caught me, by the way.
So being the type of guy that can get into, a lot of different things, whether it's stocks and bonds or owning companies and running companies, and what made you choose really, not so much even Enagic, but network marketing in particular?
Network marketing is the best business if you look at it. Look at what Bill Gates says about it. Look at what all the top guy, Branson, says about network marketing. Stephen Covey, look at what they say about network marketing. It's because if you look at it from just, if you look at it wide, you have a business. In most businesses, like I have friends that started donut shops, right? Okay. They can only have business in that one corner. That's it. If they want to make money in New York, they got to put out more money. Here, your business is all over the world. It's not one little corner. I feel bad for some of the business people that open up all their businesses is on the corner of, First and Main. That's it. All the customers. Here, you reach everybody around. I make money from all over Earth. And I've never been to all these places. It's because I have distributors there. So that's the difference between the industry. Also, you don't have to have any entry money. My friend in New York, Romy, said he made 6 figures, and I said, okay, how much did you put into this business? And he said $5,000. I said, $5,000? $5,000 to make 6 figures? I've opened up businesses all my life. The sign outside costs $5,000. The furniture in the lobby costs $5,000. What are you talking about? So when he said $5,000, wow, what a business. Mm-hmm. And it's a real business. It's a true top-down professional business if you treat it as such.
Yeah, I look at it like it's a true, like a real equal opportunity.
Yeah.
For everyone.
Yeah, it's a good business.
Like a true equal opportunity.
Yeah. But the thing I didn't like about the traditional multi-level is you have to buy inventory. Costs you money to come in. You make very little. You have to keep qualifying. There's none of that here. None of that. And I like the fact that it pays daily. Daily incomes. Wow.
When I found out you can put in 100 units or 200 units, 300 units, and nobody can take that away from you.
Yeah.
That's what I said, I want to build this, because it's going to be solid, a solid foundation.
The great part about this is if you teach somebody how to make money, like I've mentored a lot of guys who are making some phenomenal incomes. You make money on that forever, for as long. See, the trick to this business, okay, I tell people, find 2 or 3 people. That's all you need. Who will make this business their primary source of income. It's the way they pay, it's the way they put food in the table, it's the way they pay their rent, their car payment. Find 2 to 3 people who will make this business their primary source of income. They learn how to make money in it. Yeah. And your income, your residual will be for as long as they're going. What if you find 5 of them? What if you have 10 of them? You can make some serious income in this business. So also, you don't need any experience. You know, look at the person I'm working with right now. She's a nurse.
Yeah.
No experience. You know, and she travels all over the world buying Louis Vuittons, always partying, bringing her. She makes as much as a surgeon does. And she has her own time. She used to be a nurse. She makes as much as the top surgeons in the hospitals today without having to work that hard and the stress.
Yeah.
So that's the great part about this business.
Yeah, what I liked about this too is, I mean, so fast forward to maybe, 6 or 7 years ago. Mm-hmm. So I know you got started in 07, 08, 09.
Yeah.
Then let's go to like 2014, 2015, 2016. What do you remember in those years in terms of like
just
your
the growth of the company? Phenomenal growth. I'm with the advisory group of the company, and Mr. Oshiro always asks us, what do you think, See, Mr. Oshiro has the uncanny ability of attracting good people. For whatever reason, he's a magnet for very, not producing people, good people, top producer. You open them up and they're made of good parts.
That's why you guys are close.
Yeah, they have good character. For some reason, he has the ability to attract these people. That's why he's gotten people who's been there a long time. So I told him that too. He has a weird, plus you have to be lucky also in this business, because you have to navigate a business course that's a business that's, it's very rough storms that come at you. And he's been able to navigate this and turn a company. You know how hard it is to get to move to $1 billion, $1 billion, $1 billion.
Yeah.
I mean, he's reached the top 1/10 of 1% of direct sales. He was able to accomplish that.
What I like is, even before I got involved, because I've been involved 10 years, but right before was they introduced the Ukon. Mm-hmm. Ukon turmeric. So it's just not just water.
Yeah.
And I think when initially you got involved with Ukon, you couldn't even build a business with it.
No.
And then later on you could.
Yeah, Enagic is going to go through an evolution. If you look at all the companies out there, we researched all of them, the top ones, and most people don't research. They don't think these companies are big. They're bigger than most of the companies. I mean, they're doing $1 billion, $2 billion, $4 billion a year. You want to know how big $4 billion is? $2 billion? Fiji is one of the top bottled water companies in the world. They did $43 million last year. That shows you what $1 billion is. It's so big. And to reach that, a lot of things have to come in play. But most of all, people have to trust you. They have to, and that's what he attracts is not only top producing people, but good people with, they have good intentions. So that's what I've seen in Mr. Oshiro.
So you personally, how many demos have you think you've done?
I don't know. I don't know how many demos
it's got to be in the
I've done.
thousands. For me, probably hundreds.
Yeah. Oh, I've done more than that.
Yeah.
When we first started, we used to, any time they had a demo, put a group of people together, we would go. That's how I put 350,000 miles in my Toyota. that chariot went everywhere. You know, when Bobby said San Francisco, you know, Arizona, New Mexico, Vegas, San Diego, we were gone.
So you were doing his demos initially.
I was doing 28 demos a month. Think about that. There's only 31 days in a month. I was doing 28 demos.
So some days were 2.
Yeah.
Or 3.
And most of them were 1 each night. And it's because when you get started in something, you gotta crank it.
Oh,
you know, this business is like
immediate massive action.
Yeah, you know that pump, right? Where water comes out.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that little by little. You gotta crank, right? Because the best things come from the deepest. The best water come from the deep. So you gotta crank. The best of this business come from the deep. You gotta crank in the beginning, right? When the water starts coming out, then you can relax. In this business, after 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, you can just
cruise it,
relax, and the water just keeps gushing out.
That's how I explain it. It's like an airplane. You gotta crank that thing and go 100% just to get it off the ground.
Yeah. That's where most people fail.
Yeah, you gotta get that thing to
in
altitude.
This business, they quit.
Then you can go 65%, 50%.
Yeah.
So fast forward now to like present year. Now we're in 2024. Happy 50th anniversary to Enagic.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
They just celebrated 50 years. You know how many companies? It's like 1/10 of 1% that make it to 50 years. Just take a look at it.
Yeah.
So they reached the 50-year mark. I congratulated him on it. Incredible, incredible achievement. And I told Mr. Oshiro, I believe that this company will be with the iconic companies out there, you know, Amway, Avon, Mary Kay Cosmetic, Herbalife, you know, Primerica, Natura Cosmetics, Mary Kay, New Skin. Those are iconic companies.
It's good to be involved at the beginning.
Yeah.
And even though like it's 50 years, you know, celebrated, you know, I still feel like there's still so much growth because, you know, California just celebrated 1% market penetration.
Yeah.
And I think next was Washington, maybe Florida, but that's just 1%.
That's the last thing after timing, company, product, marketplace, compensation plan, and the last thing you have to be checking is timing. What's the timing? Which is the most important thing out of everything. Timing in business is the most important thing that you can have. I mean, you can have the best product. I mean, hey, cassette tapes were great. They were phenomenal products. If you come out with it today, your timing is wrong. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, timing. People don't understand. You have less than 1% market share. This is a trend product. This is not just like a product that nobody has. There's millions of products that nobody has. Hey, just watch Shark Tank. Every product that comes out there, you don't have. So there's a lot of products that nobody has. But it's not a trend product. A trend product is a product nobody has that everybody will have. That's a big difference.
Yeah.
This is a microwave oven. Everybody's going to have. This is a flat screen television. This is a Keurig. Not everybody, but majority. You know, you can see the product that come out there that change. See, a trend product creates a paradigm shift. And most people don't even know what that means. Paradigm shift changes consumer habits, right?
You're right.
Look what happened to, I'll give you an example. Look what happened to phone booths and pagers when the cell phones came out. Took them out of business.
Blockbuster Video.
Yeah, look what happened to Blockbuster Video when streaming video came out. Look what happened to, you have to be my age, but the Thomas Brothers map, right? Remember the Thomas Brothers map? When GPS came out, that huge business is gone, just like that. Did you know that the cab industry, yellow cab industry, lost 70% when Uber and Lyft came out? 70% they lost. because it's a paradigm shift. People are going to use this product. Okay? When the iPhone came out, right? That's a trend product. You're going to change from the flip phone to that. I don't care what maybe not in the beginning, but you're going to move to that. So this ionizer is a product no one has and everybody will have. Now, one, take a look at the environmental problem right now. Just Google it. Plastic bottles in the ocean.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right? It's in the news every week, right? So the problem with the plastic is massive. And we attack that. I mean, we are a company that gets rid of the plastic. Imagine that one. Just so you know, the plastic bottle industry, and you can Google this, they sell there's 1 million bottled waters. 1 million bottled water sold every minute. Every minute, 1 million bottled waters is sold around the world. Can you imagine how much plastic is coming out there? So that's one thing. Second thing is they're already paying for it. The only reason people don't have an ionizer is because they don't know about it. It costs, what, 90 cents a day? Most people are spending $1 for one bottle of water. This is 90 cents for unlimited water, and phenomenal water, by the way. Phenomenal. Alkaline, the whole shot. So the timing, less than 1%. This is what we look at. I mean, the United States has 133 million households. 133 million households is where you can put in a refrigerator, a microwave, a dishwasher, a flat screen, okay? Now, probably 90% to 99% of all these households own those products. Less than 1% own the ionizer, and it's a product 90% is going to get. Yeah. And Enagic has hit, I believe, I just checked it out last week. They've hit 1%. They sold 2.5 million units, less than 3, in the world. There's 2.3 billion households in the world. So they're nowhere close to penetration. Right now, nobody has an iPhone. And I promise you, everybody's going to get one. Just pretend it's 1979, whatever. Nobody has an iPhone. I'm telling everybody, everybody's going to get one. That's what the same thing with ionizers. That's the timing of this product. It's the most important thing. They have zero market penetration. So if somebody enters today, and there will be, there'll be people entering this week, this month, all throughout the year that will make more money than the top earners that are in the business today.
Wow.
I don't think the top earner has been recruited yet. I said that before the Vietnamese team came in, right? And then I have all these guys making 7 digits all of a sudden. I said to Mr. Oshiro, I said, pay attention to India. Mm-hmm. Why? Just their population, their growth economics. Take a look at it. Now India's number 1 in Enagic. And I told him also to invest in the young. Yeah. I know the old people like me don't want to hear that, but the future of this company is in the young. Yeah. I don't care if you're Michael Jordan. You're not gonna play ball with Stephen Curry. What are you, nuts, Steph Curry? He's gonna kill you. So as good as he was.
So it took me 8 years to become 6A2-3. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, in the company now, at the time, there was maybe 150 to 200. Maybe now there's, how many 2-3s are there?
I don't know how many 2-3s, but I know there's a little, they're starting to touch about 17,000 6As and above. Yeah. When I got involved, there was I don't think there was a dozen. So,
being a -3, that's, top 1% of the company already.
Yeah.
But you're one of the top 0.1% of the company. And you're 6A 16-5.
Yeah, there's none in the company.
So you're producing a lot of 6As. And so why are all the people that you're bringing in so good? Like, why am I so good?
So people ask me that. They said, how come you have so many good people?
Let me interject. I remember talking to you about this just not too long ago, and the way I explained it was like, hey, there's only so many A players around. Like, especially in this project that we're in, I believe I can count on one hand how many A players there are. And it takes an A player to get another A player.
Yeah.
And you know, I consider myself like a B player. Like I really do. Maybe B minus, like on a good day.
Yeah.
But what do B players do? We enroll B and C players. And C players will enroll D players. Because we know a lot of people won't make it in this project. Like just being honest. But I mean, you got, you know, so many.
The answer, when people say, why do you have good people? There's two answers to that, okay? The first answer is, it's because I look for good people, okay? Here, let me put it in ground level here. If you're in a park, you know, and you're gonna play basketball, right? You're gonna play basketball. There's a lot of people playing, right? Now it's your turn to play, all right? And you have to pick your team. Now there's a bunch of short Japanese, Chinese people here, and there's a bunch of tall New Yorkers here. Which one you gonna pick?
The tall guys. They're on my team.
I'm gonna pick the tall dude, man. I'm gonna pick I pick basketball. If I'm gonna play football, hey, we're the Samoan guys in this park, man. The big guys that can just mow people over.
Yeah.
First thing is you look for good people, okay? But at the same time, this industry is not about you looking for good people. It's about finding good people in your team. Because nobody knows, you know, super good people. Even when I first started, just so you guys know, I brought 6 of my guys here in my house, around the table over there. Now, some of those guys have made 7 digits with me, so they believe me. Yet, after I did I was excited about Enagic. I didn't know nothing, but I was excited. They left the house, and none of them bought. Not one of those guys. And these are best friends of mine, not one. I told my wife, I said, I don't know if this is gonna work, man. But they all tried the water. That's what happened. They all tried, and the water helped Dr. Lee, it helped, you know, Al Dorsey. It was helping them with stuff, right? And each one of the ones that were here that didn't sign up that night, all became 6As, all top leaders. Some of them 8 months later, some of them 7 months later. See, you just have to, you have to let the system work its way, you know. But I look for good players. Now, after saying that, the key to the business is to have a lot of people looking with. See, you're in this mountain, Enagic. There's gold everywhere. Okay. If you're digging by yourself, it's gonna you'll find 1 or 2 maybe. Okay? But what if you sponsor 5 people? Let's just say 5. Okay? And those 5 sponsor 5. Now you got, right? Now you got 25, right? And if you go one more deep, now you got 100. Now you have 125 miners looking for the gold.
Yeah.
You're gonna find it. Some of my top people in my organization come 8 levels deep, 17 levels deep. Sure. I didn't recruit them. I didn't know who they were. But yet they earn you thousands and thousands of dollars, tens of thousands, just because they came into your organization somewhere. That's the beauty about this business. See? So if you keep firing, you're eventually gonna hit. That's, you know.
So let me ask you this. I mean, all of your experience, I mean, there's so much information out there. And then, you know, you get involved with information, and then you implement that information and it becomes knowledge. And then when you implement that knowledge, it becomes experience and it becomes wisdom. You have so much wisdom. So with that being the case, you know, I want to ask you so how did you accumulate all of this wisdom? Like, because you can't just pick it up from going to college or,
No.
you know, you can't just pick it up from Google constantly. And I mean, did you have mentors? Did you have people around you, sharp people around you?
Yeah. I had, you know, when I first started in this industry, I had a very, 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 very wealthy person that I guess checked me out, and he flew his plane from Canada to Orange County, and he said he wanted to meet me.
Wow.
That's how I got started in this business. And I didn't know about network marketing, you know. So this business is about experience. The reason I succeed is because I've failed more than everybody.
Right.
I've missed more than everybody. So they think I'm cool because, wow, he recruits. They don't know how many misses we have because we don't want to show that. You know, I mean, we're cool people, so we don't miss, right? Now, if you look at all the top earners there on stage and you take off their shirts, you'll see the battle scars in their back.
Yeah.
See, some people, you cannot compare yourself with somebody else's experience. Like some people here shoot up fast and they feel bad because they didn't succeed. That person failed 100 times before this business. That's why they're succeeding here. There's nobody that come in here and just fires all. Every single one of these people have failed. I said this to Mr. Oshiro. I said, you have a group of people. You were lucky because look at your advisory group. They're people who have failed and failed and failed. You got the experience. I've failed so many times. I can tell you which door not to open because there's a bat there. Okay, I've been hit by it 100 times.
Yeah.
So he got the experience of all these failures and showed him the roads not to take.
Yeah.
That's why he succeeded.
You know, I'm born and raised here in the States. You're born and raised in the Philippines.
Yeah. That's why I have no accent. Pero marunong ako mag-Tagalog.
That's why I have no accent.
Yeah.
So,
But, you know.
What was first job?
Here?
First job you ever had?
Dishwasher
Yeah.
in Long Beach. I was washing dishes. I remember it because that you remember. And then I was elevator operator.
Really?
I can't believe they hired me for that. I had no clue if that thing was going to go through the roof. But I had, you know, those automatic, that's how old I am. This elevator, you had to make it stop correctly. So I did that. I did newspaper delivery, you know. So, but I've always been, I couldn't do a job. You know, I had a job as an architect because that's what I graduated in. And they placed my chair in front of this big window and I was seeing traffic and the world go by. And I was sitting there in my desk. I didn't want to do that. That's what makes network marketing great. You can do your business anywhere in the world, anytime you want. You know, people ask me, you know, what time do you have to wake up? Which is a really weird question to me because my answer is when I'm done sleeping, you know, I guess, you know. How long do you get for lunch? In this industry, you know, you get as long as you want. So that's the beauty about this industry. You can go on your vacation with your family and earn money simultaneously. See? And here, I'll tell you this. Somebody told me this, and it's a true story. The successful people, especially in this industry, you don't know whether they're working or they're playing. Because when they're working, it looks like they're playing. And when they're playing, it looks like they're working. Because they're doing both continuously.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, doing this, we talk about work-life balance, or to me, it's so immersed.
Yeah.
You know, but
it's a great business once your belief system
Sure.
is there, which is very hard because, we're taught to go to school, get an education, go
That's
get
why
a
the
job.
events are so important.
Huh?
That's why the events are so important.
Yeah.
Our events.
The
Regional
events.
global events.
They're the most important. We
It'll
do
build your
3 things in
business.
this business, right? We share product, we share opportunity. The third one is we create, build, and get our people to events. That is the key. If you have to follow the formula of what we do, okay? You can learn this very easily. My last guy that I'm working with, he used to be a busboy. He was a busboy, right? And then he became a soccer coach, right? He doesn't know anything about the industry. Why is that guy making $500,000 this year? It's because he followed the steps. He followed it step by step. Don't do what you think is right, because what you think got you to where you are today. Now, if you're a millionaire, keep doing it. But if you didn't, do what those people are doing. Find somebody successful and find what they're doing and do the same thing. I have an acquaintance. His dad used to work with me. His name is Anthony Robbins. He does, right. I've done meetings with him on stage. Okay. He used to tell me, find somebody who already has what you want.
Sure.
Find out what they're doing. Do the same thing, and you'll get the same results. I mean, it was so simple, but most people will try to do what they think is correct because that's the way we're built. You have a gyroscope.
I've dealt with that too. It's like, why are you listening to someone that graduated from college, that has a degree, and they're working 9 to 5, and you're trying to talk to them about starting your own business?
Yeah.
It may not work that way, and even vice versa.
Okay. Another rule: if you want to make, let's say you want to make $250,000 a year, okay, which is right, 15,000, 18,000, whatever it is. You can't learn to make $250,000 a year from somebody who makes 70. I mean, somebody showed me that. Somebody give that formula to me because it doesn't work out. The guy who makes 70 can only show you how to make 70. That's the top. If you want to learn how to bowl, and you're going to learn from somebody who averages 90 or 100 or 130, how is he going to teach you how to bowl 175? That can't happen. It's impossible. So if you want success, look for somebody who has what you want. Find out what they're doing. If you're going to be mentored by somebody, make sure you're mentored by somebody who's making what he's teaching you or what she's teaching you. Mm-hmm. That's a very important lesson. I learned that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Always look for the people who are already an expert on what you want to do.
So presently we're talking about Enagic's current state. What do you feel like is where Enagic is today? Presently?
They are going through an evolution.
Growing pains, maybe some growing pains too.
Always more problems, just the way it works. That's why we advise them. Hey, see when you're just even the internal parts, right? We have distributors that do, they don't do it super purposely, but there's money involved. You got young Billy the Kid and Jesse James. They're gonna shoot everywhere. Okay, so
some of it's bad training.
Huh?
Some of it's bad training.
Yeah, it's the training also. But hey, you'll learn. Most of these guys they'll learn, especially the kids. They'll learn. They're going by emotion. They're excited. Okay. Here's something I'll tell you, okay? We're in a meeting, and because they want to handle, Enagic doesn't like showing checks. They don't like making claims, right? They used to give checks on stage and, 25,000, 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 per person. I mean, it was crazy.
500,000.
I know, it was crazy. I've seen, you've been there. But the industry doesn't like you can get in trouble for that.
Right.
So Enagic doesn't like showing what people made. But I'm going to tell you, I would be willing to bet that right now there are more distributors earning top dollar income than any of the other network marketing companies out there. I'm best friends with a lot of the top earners out there, super wealthy.
No, you
One of
aren't.
them lives up here in Newport Coast. I've known him since he was a busboy. This is another guy. He used to work for Charlie Brown's, and today he owns. It's crazy.
What's his name?
Dorn Andre. One of the top, and Dante Andre. And these people were earning $5 million a year back in 1995. So these are major earners. These are top people, okay? But again, anybody can succeed here in this industry, especially this one, because it's got less than 1% market penetration. But not everybody will succeed,
And also, I hear nothing but great things about the CEO.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you, what is, in your opinion, what makes Mr. O very unique compared to other CEOs out there?
He's not after the money. That's
We talked
number
about
one.
that. What else?
He's not after the money at all. He wants to build a legacy. This is a top Sony executive, way back when he moved into this industry. And if you look at him, wow, he just, in our meetings, he's always concerned about the distributors. He made moves that hurt the company profit, but it kept the distributors going. I mean, Enagic has not had a price increase in 20 years. The price is the same. How can that be? Because a lot of things happen. He got lucky with the Ukon. It gave him more room. So the CEO is about creating a legacy. I mean, he bought minor league baseball teams where guys like Shohei Ohtani come from. They own, Enagic has a minor league, they bought golf courses all around the world. You've been to them. One in San Diego. I mean, it's crazy. What company, they do it for their youth programs. And lately, in 2024, they opened the Enagic Sports High School in Japan. Wow. Which is approved by the Japanese ministry. It's very big. So, he's there to build. Every time there's a top executive in his company reach a rank, they plant those Japanese oak trees around the golf course of Enagic in Okinawa. I mean, I don't know. He's a little bit different. Like I said in the interview, when they interviewed me for that eFriends, that article about Mr. Oshiro, I said, I haven't seen anybody like him. And I said, I'll tell you what I know about him, his credibility is very strong with me. I said, if he wanted to buy a car, I would co-sign for him. So he's, I haven't seen a CEO like him. And I've known a lot of top CEOs in the company. So, he's a good one.
Yeah, what is some advice you'd like to give out to the field of all the distributors that are out working this business? What advice would you give them?
Okay, we are developing a marketing strategy for the company, and I'll give it to you now. When you're selling a unit, there are two reasons why people don't have this ionizer. Okay, there are only two reasons. One, they don't know about it. They don't know the benefits. They think it's a water filter. So make sure that you show them the benefits. So that's the first reason. The second reason people don't buy this unit is because of the money. That's it. Two reasons only. One, they don't know about it. Okay? because they're already paying for it. They're already paying for inferior products out there. So one. Two, the money. So when you're selling, once you sell the benefits, ask your customer, if it wasn't for the money, is this something you would like to have? Of course, okay? And then say, let me show you the Enagic referral program where you can get your unit for free. It's called Find 3 who will get 3, and yours will be free. It's very easy to remember, right? Find 3 people who will get 3 people, and your unit is free. And then say, and I'll help you find them. Let's do it in 2 months. Number 1, it'll help you close the sale faster because free. Their unit will be free. Now they're thinking, wow, I can get this done.
And by free, they can pay off their machine.
Yeah. If you look at the commission structure, if they find just 3 people, 1A, 1A, and 2A, and those 3 find 3, this is simple. Your unit, that $5,000 unit, is free because the commissions is much more than that. So find 3 who will get 3, and your unit is free.
So that's the first thing. What's the second thing? Help them make maybe a couple thousand.
The key is to just keep firing. Okay, here, let me tell everybody something. Because the evolution of the company has gone to the young people. All right, when I first started, it was all older people in the room. Why? Because they got stuff going on, in their bodies. Okay, they got all kinds of problems. So the water works; it helps them. So our meetings were all, sometimes when the room had 200-300 people, 90% of them were 50 and up, 50 years and up. Mm-hmm. Okay, today the company has gone through an evolution. The younger generation, the millennials, the Gen Zs came in the business. And today when you go to a meeting, okay, if they go to a meeting, 90% of the room is 40 years old, 30 years old, 20 years old. 90%. Only 10% are the older group. That's what you see today. Okay? And the younger generation are online. Mm-hmm. It's their habitat.
That's where they hang out.
So if you're building an organization, try not to do something you don't know how to do. Learn what you like to do, learn what you know how to do, and then just do more of it. Keep doing more of it. Just keep going, don't stop. Because, that next person might be it might be your next day. You're one day away from success. A lot of people quit in this business, quit digging when they're 2 inches away from the gold. I've seen it over and over. So just keep firing, man. And it's a great business. You get experience, and if you do this constantly, your 100th day will be better than your 2nd day. Your 50th meeting will be better than your 4th. I guarantee you, because your experience will grow. Okay? And if you're recruiting out there, another thing, the most important thing to new people is a check. I don't care about you can talk about all the stuff. The most important thing to brand new people is a check. So you must try to get them a check as fast as possible. And the way to do that is talk them into getting their unit for free. Let's go find your 3. I'll help you.
People have to start. You have to begin. That's the most important thing.
And you're in the best project. No question. For the distributors that are watching this, you'll never find another one like this. You'll never find another one like this. It's not gonna. This is a phenomena that's happening. You can get yourself a piece of it, and I think Enagic will create a lot of multimillionaires.
You know, something you said years and years ago. I think you were explaining this, and you said something along the lines that you'll never see another one of these unless we go to Mars and start selling air, or something like that.
And now they sell air units.
Now there's an air unit coming out.
Enagic is going to go through an evolution, and every time they drop a product, when we first began this, we said to Mr. Oshiro, build the base. Once your base is 100,000, 200,000 distributors, anything you drop will explode. Anything, any product you drop will explode because you have 200 salespeople, 200,000 salespeople. So it's going to explode. But I'm telling you, man, there is another 20, 30, 40, 50 years of big money here. Very big money. So for the people, if you want to take advantage, there's a lot of good things out there. This is one of them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Okay.
Awesome, Daniel.
All right.
Dude, thanks for everything you've done for me, for my team. You've been there since day one. And thank you for everything you've done for Enagic and what you continue to do for Enagic. It's just...
Yeah. I'm here to protect the ship. My daughter makes a lot of money in this business. So I'm here. I want to make sure this thing lasts forever, right? So, yeah, you know, get involved, take your share, and, you know, and if not, I hope everybody here finds something, you know?
Yeah.
So it's out there. It's waiting for you. Just go find it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Daniel.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for having me.